It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that. This is Kari from Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk about moving in and moving out messes, mostly because my apartment managers truly hate this situation. It's created when someone moves in or moves out. When they move in, it's all their boxes. When they move out, it's their old junk, like their old sofa or something old that they don't want any longer. There's a couple ways to get rid of it. You can tell the tenant that if they're going to do that, they should call the city ahead of time and make arrangements to pick up their old stuff. That is a proactive way of handling it. Or you can also let them know that if they do that, and I always like to tell them ahead of time, if they go ahead and leave things on the curb and the city doesn't pick it up right away, then it forces me to call my junk guy, and my junk guy's not cheap, although he is amusing and has blinged his entire truck with, but that's a whole nother story. So you want to let them know that it's going to be expensive. When we do our 2-week walkthrough, we try to tell people this is the cost of a 1-bedroom being painted. This is the cost of a 1-bedroom being cleaned. This is a 1-bedroom if you leave a couch and a bunch of items out on the curb and we have to have them removed because the city doesn't come, or someone lights it on fire. We've had all kinds of situations like that before. Old refrigerators left out there that weren't properly wrapped. You can't leave the door on an old refrigerator. Kids have been trapped in that. So there's a lot of things a lot of moving parts in moving, and moving is stressful already. So I would just say, let your tenants know, moving in, moving out, that they need to cut up their boxes, moving in, moving out, communicate with them so they know what's going to happen, and you don't end up with a really mad tenant with a really bad review. So if a tenant leaves all those bulky items inside their unit instead of taking it out to the curb where the city can pick it up, then you do definitely have to call the junk man, and the junk man has to come get those items. And again, it's pricey, and they should be warned that if they do that, that there's going to be a charge for it, and that they should probably do it themselves so that they trust what the costs are. Because I think a lot of times, especially in these days and times, there's the whole factor of sticker shock, and everything from construction costs to cleaning costs to fumigation, everything has gone up. And I think a lot of people are super surprised at what the costs are. Even the moving companies, and of course gas prices everybody knows about, grocery prices everybody knows about. But moving is stressful, and you want to try and reduce stress when people move in or out of your apartments.